Um, I've been in a place of receiving. I think that, again, staying present, moving throughout the world as me, not trying to be this or that or um, getting off center from who I am, what's important to me. I've been able to meet some amazing people. Again, I'm not too clear on how all the pieces connect. I'm just staying open um, and receiving. And I would say one thing that really has stood out to me is that life can be whatever we make it out to be. You know, it's our choice. I would say in terms of the messages that we get in the States, about the world is terrible and not what the world is. But actually it's the same thing that we get within the States. Like, it's like all the bad news, the drama and the trauma, and it's just like on rotation. And so when you move out into the world, it's just like, okay, everybody wants to be happy. Everybody's living the same kind of life, like more or less, like literally more or less, like the same kind of life. Like I've been to Ethiopia, I've been to Egypt, various parts of Egypt. Um, I think something that stood out to me is really the power of the internet and how it's really been able to condense our world and bring it so closely together. So the conversations that I can have, um, with folks, they're telling me about what Cardi did. You know what I mean? Like, which is really funny, but it's just like, okay, so we really are just one mind, one heart, one body. Like, it's just expressing all these different ways. Like, we have, our various cultural traditions, but it's a lot of the same stuff over and over again, just different iterations, which is the beauty of who we are. Like, it's, again, God didn't make one tree or one plant, it's like, or one gardenia or one, plantain. There's like 10 million types of plantain all over the world. But at the end of the day, it's the mushy stuff, the seeds. You can fry it, you can bake it, you can boil it, you can roll it. um, so I think just seeing our oneness has really stood out to me. Also, really seeing how music is so powerful in terms of bringing us all together and uniting us. Like, the way that people, skank and move to Chronics of Bob Marley is the same, period. And I think that, again, relates to the spirit behind the art that's happening. Um, the children's books projects that I spoke about are things that were generated a while ago. One dealing with grief and, like, a young person like dealing with grief, again based on my own experience, and explaining to my nephew about his grandmother, my mom, or Nana passing, um, and being able to live with one's memory, but not being able to see or touch that person physically, but other ways that we can commune. Um, Ancestor work is super important to me. It's something that um, I've been exploring for myself. I had an elder just tell me it was important for me to honor my ancestors um, in ways that I saw fit. And I grew up Catholic, and so that is not necessarily something that was a part of our tradition and could be seen as like, oh, oogity boogity, this stuff. But also traveling throughout the diaspora, learning more about our practices and things that happened before the colonial time, before um, certain migrations and integrations and conquerations took place. Um, I think reclaiming those practices has been really important for my journey, and um, in music that I share, in what I speak about, my daily practice. Those things are really important also. And I think I really wonder what our young people are going to be like, like the children right now. Like, are they just going to have this Western lens? Because when I talk about the internet, something that stands out to me is, I don't know if you've seen these young babies. It's like they watch like the same like 10, 20 channels, again, wherever you are. I'm in Ethiopia, and they're watching the same channel, YouTube channel, of children that my nephew and niece are in the States. And it's not black kids, and it's like presents and toys and, really fake stuff, And so I'm interested in providing content in some way, shape, or form for young people to be able to see themselves, um, to be celebrated, and also to learn about their culture and who they are and who we are, because I don't know what good things have come of like toys being unwrapped. You know, it's like a lot of waste, and and maybe it'll activate creativity. So that's what I'm excited about. You know, when young people get excited about creativity. But what does not excite me at all is, you know, young people, instead of playing with each other, they're like this, watching other people play. It's like, what? So I would love to provide something to, you know, contribute to that narrative. And maybe it's a matter of encouraging some young people around me to make their videos and stuff like that, since the children like to watch children. But again, I really, you know, I'll watch this in a few years and I'll be in a different place and I'll be like, man, I was really wondering. And now here we are. This is what it is. But I know it's going to be great, whatever it is that I'm moving toward.